hanging a door, internal door in existing opening. Unpack the door and inspect it for any damages. This is pre-primed door, it's not fully finished and seems to be okay. One of the first things, you have to just dry fit door into the opening so you can examine for the gaps and fitment. If the door doesn't go in because it's too big, you have to plane off equally on all sides until you actually can physically get it in. Just enough so you can get it in. And then what I like to do is determine my hinge side, which is right hand side there, and so I don't get confused during flipping the door over, I'll mark up H on that side. That's my hinge side. That's the first edge to check, and that one is fairly neat and straight. It's a good point. The head, it's got a bit of gap on the right hand side, it's tight on the left hand side, so the gap on the right hand side is slightly too small, so I'll have to drop my bolster, put a bolster on the bottom to keep the door tight. I'll have to drop bolster ever so slightly to make this gap here good, and then I can mark up how much I need to take off from this point here down to nothing to even up the top gap. So let's do that first. I'm just gonna pull my bolster out a little bit. That should drop the door down. Yes, it did. We got about a couple of millimeters gap there. It's just about to touch there, this side, so I'm going to mark up about here. So I know from that point down to nothing will make me that top gap parallel. Now examining the side is pretty much even all the way up to very top. And I would have to take off about a millimeter or even just less of the millimeter from about this point. So I'm gonna do from there down to 0 here, just to even up that top section. And that is quite good finishing up. So I'm going to take off of the hinge side enough to make the gap equal to that couple of millimeters, maybe 2.5 millimeters. So I'll do 2.5 millimeter pass all the way. The bottom is fairly snug with a carpet. It's got about 3 or 4 millimeters, which is good because this side here is going to have a line on it, so it's going to be thinner floor covering. So I'm going to leave the bottom as it is. And also what I'm going to do at this stage, I'm going to mark up for the hinges, and I'm going to during trimming the door, I'm going to plane off the leading edge on the lock side, which is going to be my completely opposite corner of this H mark here. And on this mark, I'm going to have, on this side, this edge, I'm going to have our hinge positions. So it's going to go 6 inches down through hinge, 9 inches up, and then hinge. Have marked up 6 inches and then go, so 6 inches down, mark line, and then X underneath that, and same here, 9 inches up, little pencil marks there and X's, so I know which side is going to be hinge. And then take a Stanley knife, utility knife. This is Stanley, so I can call it that, and just go from one and press to other. Now I got corresponding blade incision on both frame and the door. Same here. So that door, once I set hinge in on both sides, it will go in on exact position. Now I can trim the door down. So far I've taken our mark here down to nothing, then put a leading edge on, and then taken here from our couple millimeter mark down to nothing there, and then put a leading edge on the back of the top edge. And that's now straight. Now I'm going to do the hinge side. I'm going to mark up the hinges. Here's our incision. I'm going to place the hinge tight against it and then run Stanley knife around it. And the other one.
Excuse me, is it alright if we move? Just so
Yeah.
I can start. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. At this point I'm going to use my 2-inch chisel and palm router. So what I like to do is obviously take a battery out,
set the depth of the blade. It's just a flat 1/2 inch or 15mm blade, as deep as thickness of the hinge. Then run chisel on your blade marks. Other side. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the frame.
And here it is. That is same gap on both sides. Leading edge. And ready to set locking. And here it is, one door installed. The old handle is just temporary there until customer chooses new handles for around the house.